Kia ora whanau. Welcome again to the podcast of Voice of Aroa. We are enjoying this amazing event, TEDxYouth Paparangi. Did I pronounce it right? Awesome. So we are enjoying, and now I have this amazing young people here today with me, and we'll talk about their journey and their inspirations. Guys, can you introduce yourself to our audience and people who are watching this podcast?
Hi, my name is Ruth, and I go to Tower College, and I'm 17.
Welcome.
Hey, I'm Nick. I go to Wellington High and I'm also 17.
I'm Zoe. I go to St. Lawrence College, and I'm also 17.
Oh la la, here we go. We have a team of 17. That's amazing, guys. Ruth, this is the second time we are meeting you.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy your first podcast?
I mean, I loved it. That's why I came back, honestly.
That's amazing. Yeah. It was so cool. We had that conversation with you.
Yeah.
That's cool. So today I want to check with you all, guys. What brought you to this event? Like, what inspired you to come to this TED Talk?
Really, honestly, because of my boyfriend, Nick. He put a lot of hard work into this, so I just had to show up. And obviously, I had so many of my friends here, and just also support them. And here, our rangata, he really speak the truth and impart a lot of knowledge, because I feel like most of the wisdom you can get is from our youth. So
That's beautiful. I love that connections and also bringing them to this amazing corridors. Nick, how's your involvement with this amazing event?
Well, yeah, I've been an executive producer for this event. So this is my second year being involved in it. Last year I was head of video, and this year I was executive producer, so I was helping, organize things, sort of be more in an organizational role. And it's just taught me a lot. It's been an amazing experience, to be honest. But I still had a hand in the videography side of things. I've been mentoring the new head of videography, and I'm still doing the photography side of the event, which is, it's great fun.
Oh,
So
that's amazing. So
just-
is this your skills or something you're learning about, like videography or producing things?
I have a really big passion for filmmaking.
Beautiful.
It's
Nice.
just something I like to do. I like to make short films, documentaries, promos, all that kind of stuff. So it's just cool when I get to bring that skill to an event like this that brings people together.
That's cool. That's amazing. Zoe, how about you?
I actually spoke last year, so I was one of the speakers in the 2022 TEDx Paparangi. So obviously there's sort of that continuity there. This is something that I've been a part of. But I think like when you're given a TED Talk, you're just given this really broad brief that you pretty much have the power to speak about anything that you want to and mold it however you like. So I think it's really nice to be able to see that legacy and see what people are doing with what like the opportunity that they've been given. Because like even looking at the speech topics, like they're so varied and there's so much diversity in thought and idea. I just really wanted to see what people had to bring to such an event like this.
On that one, while you've been one of the speakers last
Yeah.
year, what did you see the difference between this year and that year?
I think definitely the theme brought a completely different perspective to how people talked about their speeches, because this year the theme was now or never. Last year the theme was through my eyes. So last year a lot of the speeches were directly about perspective and identity. And that really influenced what people were talking about or like their personal experiences. Whereas now or never, it's really sort of about this time of urgency. And so that sort of brings your topics outside of that personal lens into more of that global or national scale, that like you're talking about things that are facing everyone, even though they may also be facing you, but it's a lot more general than last year. Last year was quite individualized in terms of what people were talking about.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Zoe. Nick, I want to ask you the questions about what's your dream?
Dream. Well, I like filmmaking, so my dream is to go to Hollywood.
Oh,
I
nice.
just-
Beautiful.
Yeah, I look up to this famous director called Christopher Nolan. Right now, he just came out of Oppenheimer, and he's made films like Inception, Tenet, Interstellar, and I really want to make films like that. And right now, there's the budget side of things that's an obstacle and all that. Actually having access to the crews, the technology, the cameras, the actors. But more so, what filmmaking is all about, what drew me to filmmaking, is that it doesn't really matter about the budget, because filmmaking is about storytelling. If you have a good story,
Yep.
and if you have a passion for storytelling, then you can make anything happen. That's what I'm all
Beautiful.
about.
Nice. That's the thing. Amazing. That's why we do this podcast as well. We're telling the story, but I love your passions and the dream you're going, and I think you have a pathway to achieve it. So keep going there.
Thank you.
Ruth, how about you? What's your dream? Or passions you want to share?
I think one of my biggest passions is probably becoming a criminal lawyer, because I really am passionate about our justice system and how so many of us, like a disproportionate people who are just like in our system, and it's really hard to get out of it, especially for the youth. And I think breaking those like intergenerational cycles of poverty and crime is so important, and just giving people a voice which they don't necessarily have on a day-to-day basis, and making sure people don't overstep them. And yeah, I think that can create just huge like systemic change in our society. And yeah.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Ruth. Going to back to Zoe. Zoe, how about you? What's your dream or the passion?
My dream is leadership. Not so much like power. I think that's one thing that a lot of people attribute to leadership, is like that sense of power. But for me, like I've had a really long journey with sort of understanding what true leadership is. And sort of like it's about people, and it's about empowering individuals to make strides. Like my school, they always say this one quote where it's like, to be a leader is not to like get the titles or the names or whatever. It's that at the end of the day, when everything is done and all the work is done, people will look at each other and say that they did it themselves. So it's about the work that you do in the background, and really empowering people to sort of see their potential within themselves and to take a chance on themselves. Because I feel like we're generally quite misguided about what a leader is, but I'm really passionate about people and empowering people and helping them see what is in themselves already.
Beautiful. I love that. And I see you are a role model leader. So thank you guys for doing what you are doing. I know it's waiting for you guys.
Yeah.
It's just the last message
Yeah.
for you. So we'll start from you and then pass the mic. What's your message to the audience of the youth or people who are watching this podcast?
I'd say take a chance on yourself. I think a lot of people, they waste their lives not believing in themselves and what they're capable of doing. And I think a lot of people's dreams are really just like sort of one step away. Obviously, there's a lot that goes into actualizing your dreams, but I think taking a chance on yourself, because if you can't count on yourself, like when everyone else is gone, you're the only person that's there left. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, Zoe. Yes,
So-
what's your message?
I think just be yourself. You know, we have lots of pressures to sort of conform to different culture, to sort of mainstream ideas, and you know how you portray yourself, how you act, what you actually want to pursue, what your dreams are. You know, a lot of it is dictated to us by who we surround ourselves with. And I think one of the most important things you can do, especially at a young age, you know, young people of Aotearoa, is surround yourself with people who you want to be like, who push you to be the best person you can be.
Love it. Thank you. Ruth?
I think my best piece of advice would be, again, similar to Nick, just to surround yourself with people that you love, because I feel like a support network like Nick is just like makes your entire life like a lot better. And if you can find someone like that, a whole group of people like that, it just makes your lows a little bit higher and your highs even higher. So that's my...
Beautiful. Thank you so much, guy. I really enjoyed talking to you.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
sure we will see you around more in a different podcast and different thing. You are the leaders of the future. Thank you, guys. Cheers. Bye-bye.